Charlotte, earlier this week, we told you that someone took this statue of local jazz legend Lunis McGlowan from a Charlotte nightclub. 2 days later, the statue was back. Whoever took it returned it with an apology letter. The letter says, quote, "This was an under the influence night. Please accept my apology. I didn't want to bring any suffering to your family." I mean, that is an odd situation, an odd series of circumstances, but in the grand scheme, we are glad that the statue is back where it belongs.
It worked out.
It worked out, and hopefully, even when they're not under the influence, they're not thinking of doing this again.
People make bad decisions, so
yeah,
we'll give a little grace from here. How about that?
We'll call it a Christmas gift.
All right, an update just